Aloha, everybody! It is I, the Great Clement. So, for the past 2 months, I was doing the Sonic 06 review. Easily one of the most negative things I will ever put on this channel. And I needed something to bring me back to basics. I needed something to bring me back to my happy mood. So I decided to tackle my old nostalgic franchise, this other series that I was doing every game of, Mega Man. I love Mega Man so much. I think you all know if you've been following my channel. It's been 3 years or so since I did 8-bit Mega Man 7. No, for real, check the date on 8-bit Mega Man 7. That was December of 2009. Well, 2010, 2011, here we are at December of 2012, and I am finally tackling the sequel to the 8-bit Mega Man 7 demake. This is the 8-bit Mega Man 8! A booyah! Okay, so I don't really know the details of who exactly made this game. I don't know his exact name. I don't know how this game came to be, blah 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 blah. I know generally it's under the name Rockman 8 FC, FC standing for Famicom, because that's what the Nintendo is called in Japan. And, you know, I've played the 8-bit Mega Man 7 game, and it was fantastic. It was basically just Mega Man 7 if it were on the NES, you know? It didn't feel drastically harder. I mean, it was a little bit harder because of, you definitely needed to conserve your energy tanks for the castle when you got to Wily. And, you know, the bosses did not get stun-locked. But generally, it was a pretty fantastic game. And I knew they were working on the 8-bit Mega Man 8 next, and I think it's actually a different people who did the 8-bit Mega Man 7. I could be wrong about that. Either way, it is a free game to download. It was completely fan-made. This is not Capcom's project. Capcom had no part in this. I mean, aside from, like, the obvious original Mega Man 8. But if you want to play the demake 8 Mega Man 8, the Rockman 8 FC, I have included in the description a download link, or at least a link of where you can download it. This is version 1.3 something something. I didn't memorize it. And generally, I think this is as close to a finished version as we're gonna get. I don't know if this is actually like a beta version and it's still not finished yet, but the fact is, all the levels are in the game. There is an ending. There is end credits. This is playable. This is totally playable, and so we are going to delve deep into 8-bit Mega Man 8, Rockman 8 FC. Huzzah! So obviously, because this is an NES version of the PlayStation 1 original, things are a little bit different. There is no more intro stage, and there is no more middle stage. Also, not having any of those anime cutscenes that are hilarious as hell. I know, it's a damn tragedy. I love those cutscenes. I mean, you got Elmer Fudd, Dr. Light, talk about finding Dr. Wily. But instead, we have here 8-bit Mega Man 8. And, you know, Mega Man acts just like he always does. He has his Mega Buster. You can charge it up to shoot a super powerful charge shot, which deals out more damage. You have your slide attack to dodge kind of high projectiles and to slide under very low walls that may have an opening, you know. And, when we start the game off, we actually have the ball that we also had in Mega Man 8. Just like how you started off with the ball, you can kick the ball into enemies, or you can actually jump on the ball to make it act like a sort of rush coil feature, you know? So, it's basically the rush coil of this demake of this Mega Man 8, you know. And, for the most part, yeah, it's Mega Man 8 kind of as you know it, but not really. What makes this version a lot different from the 8-bit Mega Man 7 I played over 3 years ago is that this one, I feel, is significantly harder. Now, some people will debate whether Mega Man 8 was the easiest game in the series or not. I mean, it was pretty easy. It wasn't as tense or as stressful as Mega Man 1 or Mega Man 2. But, you know, Mega Man 8 didn't have energy tanks. It did not have energy tanks, that is true. The movement was a little bit slower, so some players might have gotten hung up on that. I know tons of people who hate Frostman and Wily 1 stages because of jump, jump, slide, slide. But again, while Mega Man 8 is still considered challenging, a lot of people didn't consider it the hardest Mega Man game ever. The demake aimed to change that. Now, they basically, some of the levels are going to be exactly as you remember them, obviously looking a little bit older, but generally, there are a few changes here and there that make the levels slightly more challenging, you know. It seems like the enemy placement and the way the screen is centered, enemies can tend to attack you from places you wouldn't expect, and if you're really familiar with the original PlayStation game, you will get caught up by a lot of enemies appearing in places you didn't expect them to appear, getting hit by projectiles you didn't expect to see coming. This game is a lot faster paced, and because of the way the screen is, sometimes things can surprise you. And so even if you're good at Mega Man 8, don't expect to jump into this one thinking, oh, I've beaten Mega Man 8 tons of times. This is going to be simple. This is going to be easy. You really do need to pay attention to your surroundings, and if you're a Mega Man expert, this still might give you a run for your money. But for the most part, it is Mega Man 8 as you know it. We are tackling Clown Man first. Clown Man I always take on first, even when I played the PlayStation original. I was always used to Clown Man, you know? I always seemed to get used to his particular way of attacking, the way he would swing around the poles, and the way he'd bounce around. Clown Man's special. Just like in the original, these boxes teleport you to a certain box. If you play the original, they are in the exact same spot, so you know exactly where to go, but yeah, there's a lot of differences with this one. You're not going to be collecting one bolt. As you can see, some enemies drop bolts this time around, and that's not like how it was in the original game at all. In the original game, there were only a select number of bolts in the whole entire game, and you had to choose wisely what upgrades you were going to give Mega Man. Anywho, there's Clown Man. Hey, handsome guy! So again, Clown Man, very simple strategy. He likes to swing around constantly. He likes to dash across the room right before he's about to start swinging, so you always want to make sure you're getting out of the way of his dash. But again, you don't want to jump into him when he's going into his bouncy ball of doom, because he tends to do that every now and then. Another thing you have to watch out for, he will occasionally put his arms into the ground, and if you're just standing there not watching, he will grab you with those arms and shock you until you can button mash your way out. So in general, just, you know, if he lands, make sure to be ready to jump out of the way, because he might just grab you with his surprise arms. If you're not fighting him first, Clown Man is weak to Tengu Man's Wind Tornado attack, which will blow him up to the sky and drop him on his ass. But, you know, when you start a Mega Man game, you obviously don't have powers. You have to do it mano-y-mano. And I just showed that clown who's boss. Oh, I love this game. I love the original Mega Man 8. I still really enjoy that game. I don't care what anyone has to say about 8. You know, you got Thunderclaw. Because a lot of people shit on Mega Man 7 for reasons I don't understand. Probably because, you know, Brental Floss made a song about how he didn't like 7. But, you know, 7 was good. And 8 was fantastic, too. I'm Grenade Man! Another thing that is kind of missing from the demake, the corny voice acting, because every one of the Robot Masters all had their own, you know, signature lines, and it's shit you never leaves your head. I don't play Mega Man 8 that much, and yet, I can still remember everything the Robot Masters said. Mega Man 8 was fantastic. But as I mentioned before, there is no intro stage and there is no middle stage. Basically that means that you're not going to be playing through and fighting that Hermit Crab boss at the beginning. That was a prologue opening text thing. And we're not going to be fighting Duo as well. But still, you know, who needs them? We got Grenade Man in his boxes. The white boxes will fall, the green ones stay suspended in the air. I don't know why, but they just do. It's fantastic. Also, if you're new to my channel and you haven't watched any of my Mega Man playthroughs, well, good, because they're inferior quality to my commentaries nowadays. But I hate my old Mega Man playthroughs because of my microphone. My microphone was so terrible back then. I don't know how any of you subscribe to me. I seriously don't know how any of you subscribe to me. And I got a lot of facts wrong, too. But I digress. We're coming up to the mini-boss here. This mini-boss is a lot tougher in the demake. At least it feels like he's a lot tougher. Basically, the one thing you gotta remember is when the thing starts off, he has a piece of scrap metal bouncing towards you. One buster shot is all it takes to destroy it, and you want to destroy it right away. A fully charged shot will pass through all of his scrap metal and proceed right to the eye, just like the original game, and you want to do that. So, you know, the scrap metal will always fall where you are. You always want to constantly keep moving, charge up those shots, aim for the eyes, and when you got some bouncing scrap metal, take a pellet shot to get rid of it. Because, you know, scrap metal's no fun. It's no good. But as I was saying before, bolts, now enemies drop them, and we have a proper shop, very much like Mega Man 9, Mega Man 10, Mega Man 7, etc., where you can buy free men. You can actually buy energy tanks in this demake, and you may think that this makes the game easier, and it kind of does. I mean, you can grind and grind and grind for bolts and have 9 energy tanks, and then Wily's Castle becomes kind of a joke. But still, you know, if you're not good at Mega Man games, you're gonna need them, because this game is very fucking challenging, and trying to do a no energy tank run is kind of challenging, and I'm definitely going to be doing that as best as I can. I don't really use energy tanks until the Wily Castle, because I want to save it for the final boss, Wily himself, and for the Green Devil, because the Green Devil is a lot easier in the original game. Something about his hitbox, well, we'll see when we get to Green Devil, you know. For Grenade Man stage, I would just recommend, every time you're coming up to a bottomless pit, don't jump. Wait until the drilly thing comes flying upwards and then jump, because it likes to surprise you with that shit. That wasn't such a big problem in the original Mega Man 8. I don't remember it being. But in the demake, those things will pop you out and kill you so much. Anywho, Grenade Man is weak to Thunderclaw. I am still going in weakness order, because that's what I do. He shoots a whole shitload of grenades. He has girders and stuff falling from the ceiling every now and then after he bombs something, so you do have to dodge those as well. Unlike the original Mega Man 8, when he shoots those kind of bombs, they don't actually take you to a lower part of the room. That was actually a fun set piece of the original Grenade Man fight, where he would bomb the thing out, and then you guys would fall to a lower part of the fight, but I guess they couldn't pull it off in the demake. Either way, keep that Thunderclaw handy, watch out for the bombs, they have giant explosion radiuses, and watch out for falling steel girders, and you should be pretty good. Bye, Grenade Man! We got Flash Bomb, and this is the end of part 1. Oh, I love Mega Man, it's good to be back.